James Marsters, everybody.
Well, we can't talk about those guys, but we could talk about Spock and Duffy. No, but we thought we were backstage talking about this.
Yes.
And there is a project that is not covered by the strike
That you're absolutely allowed to talk about.
that I am allowed to talk about, which is, it's called Slayers, a Buffyverse story, and it's on Audible, and it is awesome. And you could probably want to ask me why it is so amazing.
Tell me why it's awesome. I'm intrigued.
That's a great question, as a matter of fact. I was of the opinion that if I was going to play Spock, they came up to me while we were doing Mangel and asked me if I wanted to do a Spock TV movie. And I said, well, if you want me to play that vampire character, you have 7 years, because I'm aging and this character is not. So you got 7 years, the clock is ticking. And the 7 years came and went, and no project came down the pipes. And so I was always, when I was asked if I would ever want to do a reunion, I would say, well, a reunion would be great, but you just couldn't have my character. Sorry. And then the Audible people had the idea to do an Audible-only version of a reboot, really. And I was like, oh my God, that's perfect. That's the only way that I can play the character anymore. And so I leapt at the chance. And then I read the script, and there was so much fights, just fighting all the way through it. And I had done Audible stuff with Big Finish. And the fights kind of sounded like this. Like that. And I was like, it's kind of funny if there's one of those in a project. It could be kind of good. But if we did that kind of thing for this project, because there's like 6 episodes of it.
Like if you randomly just start listening to it at work and all you hear is, ooh, ooh, it gets a little awkward.
It's a cheese fest, is what it is.
Yeah.
And I remember I went into the first day on the project, and I was like, I have one concern. We need to be careful about doing all these fights. And the director's like, do not worry. We do a lot of these kind of things. We have a whole different way of doing it. It's going to sound awesome. And I was like, okay. And then when I heard it, he was right. It absolutely, it's not cheesy at all. I love this project. It's called Slayers for a reason. It's there's a new Slayer for a new generation. Yeah. And I feel like that's a promise that the original show made every year. I mean, every week, every episode. We promised you that, and we had yet to make good on the promise, and we finally found a way to do it. And the woman that's playing the new Slayer is awesome, Leia. Such a professional. She does a lot of voiceover, but she's also on a TV series, The Enforcer. And like, we were all, like, all the older Buffy actors were like, oh, we've been acting for a long time, and we're going to do a very good job here. And who's this new person? I hope that this young new person can keep up with us. And she was the best one in the room, because she did so much voiceover. She was just fantastic. Like way ahead of everybody. So she was just amazing. Plus, she's a really cool person.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I'm just so excited about it.
That's fantastic. And that was just released, right? Like,
Yeah.
just announced, not released.
Like 2 days ago, I couldn't talk about
it.
Yeah, and it just got announced, so now we can talk about it.
There you go. Do we know when it's going to be coming out yet?
October 15th, I think.
There you go.
12th.
12.
Okay, you guys know.
Thank you. Yeah.
Ask them the question.
They know the answers. You have a fancy show that you're doing here tomorrow.
I am.
You do.
I'm doing music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me
Yeah.
everything.
It's just me and a guitar, but I'm used to doing that. I was playing guitar when I was 13 years old in bars. It was a great way to get into bars at 13 years old, actually. I would only play James Taylor, though, for some reason. I had my nose up in the air, and I really thought that he was the best songwriter out there, and everyone was just lower than him. And so I was just like this James Taylor wannabe jukebox, you know. But I've been playing in front of people for a long time. And I will be doing most of the songs off the band's new album, which is called Tin Man.
Nice.
And we're very happy with it. I'm in a band called Ghost of the Robot. And most of the songs that are on the album I wrote, so I'll be doing all those songs, plus a bunch of others from our other albums. And generally, it doesn't suck. I'll be honest.
I mean, that's a glowing
Well-
review right there, actually.
It's always possible. You know, that's kind of why I like acting, because it's kind of dangerous,
But
because
what
it
you're
is
supposed to
possible
do
that
is
you
not
could
tell
suck, you
them.
know?
You're not supposed to tell them that.
No,
Be
it's
like,
like
I'm amazing.
it's like going into the Indiana 500. It's like going to a car race.
Yeah.
There might be a crash.
I mean, yes.
You know?
But as long as you smile through.
Like
no
if you
one
go
will
see
notice.
Barbie, you know it's going to be amazing. Like there's no chance that it's going to suck. You know? But if you go see a play, the set could fall down, someone could start bleeding for no reason, you know?
What
Like
play?
anything can happen when you're doing live shows. It's inherently dangerous. I like that, actually.
I'm scared to ask what shows you've seen sets fall down and people bleeding.
Oh, I've been in them.
Oh, gosh.
I remember one time I was doing a Macbeth, and like when you're doing broadsword work, you get burrs on the blades, like the metal twists, and you get it becomes like a serrated knife.
Yeah.
And you have to take care of your blade every performance and make sure that it doesn't get, because the blade isn't actually sharp. Sorry to tell you, but it's a safe blade. But if you get burrs, it becomes like a Ginzu knife, and it'll cut you so bad. And the guy I was playing Macbeth, and the guy that I was fighting, Macduff, he wasn't taking care of his blade. And I kept telling him, man, clean your blade, clean your blade. I see the burrs, you're gonna get me. And he's like, I'll get it. And then I don't know if I missed the block or it slid off the block, and it just laid open my arm so bad. But that night they were taking promotional stills off of the live show, and I'm like Macbeth, and my arm is like bleeding all the way down. I was like, thank you for that, man. That's awesome. A little blood is good luck.
Where can all of these amazing fans find you today?
I'm going to be at the Edmonton Fan Expo,
Oh, good.
which is
Dave.
so close to where we are now.
It's almost like we're sitting in the hall.
Yes, we are, actually. Yeah.
There's logos everywhere.
Yeah, I'm going to be at my table, and I got enough coffee, and I'm going to be happy to talk to anybody who wants to come by.
So feel free to check them out. Make sure, you guys, if you don't have tickets for a show on Saturday, I think there's some available.
Love you guys. Thank you so much, man.